Good day, children. I am teacher Mary Christine L. Fuentes. For today's topic, I am going to explain to you how the different organ systems work together. Our first lesson is about the respiratory system, and our second lesson is about the nervous system. The respiratory system. What do you see on the video, kids? Okay, very good. People jogging. Try to look at the pulse rate before and after jogging. What is the difference of the pulse rate before and after jogging? Okay, well done. The pulse rate before jogging was just 75, and the pulse rate after jogging becomes 135. What do you think is the reason? Okay, very good. Because the people do strenuous activities such as jogging. How about you? Do you like jogging? Okay, that's nice. What do you feel after? Okay, correct. You feel tired and exhausted. Your body needs oxygen in order to live. Breathing is a continuous cycle. An average person breathes 20,000 times a day. During inhalation, your body takes in oxygen, which is used in many body processes. During exhalation, your body expels carbon dioxide, a waste gas from certain body processes. Breathing is a body mechanism performed by your respiratory system. The primary function of the respiratory system is to allow the exchange of gases in the body. Specifically, it distributes oxygen to the different parts of the body and releases carbon dioxide out of the body. The respiratory system has an upper tract and lower tract. The upper tract consists of the nose, nasal cavity, and pharynx. The lower tract consists of the larynx, trachea, bronchial tubes, and the lungs. Air enters to the nasal cavity, in which cilia moisten the air, and it goes to the trachea down to the bronchi, in which it is divided into two smaller tubes called bronchioles, then to the lungs. The nose and nasal cavity. The nose is the outer part of the respiratory system. It is mostly made up of cartilage, which makes the nose flexible and strong. The nose has two openings, called nostrils, which lead to the nasal cavity. The lining of the nasal cavity is moist because of mucus. Tiny hair also line this cavity. The hair and mucus filter out the dust and dirt that come with the air you inhale. They also warm and moisten the air that enters the body. You normally breathe through the nose and not through the mouth. The pharynx. If you look at the mirror and open your mouth wide, you can see the back part of your mouth arch into a tube. This tube or throat cavity is called the pharynx. It is connected to both the nose and mouth and acts as passageway for both air and food. This is why you can still breathe even if your nose is blocked due to a cold. Structures called tonsils are found at the opening of the pharynx. They trap and destroy bacteria that enters the body via nose and mouth. The larynx. When you touch your neck while you speak, you can feel some vibrations in your throat. This is because of the larynx, or the voice box. It is found at the lower end of the pharynx. When you talk, the vocal cords in the larynx vibrate and sound is produced. A structure called epiglottis is found covering the larynx. When you breathe, the epiglottis is raised and air flows into the larynx and to the lungs. When you swallow, the epiglottis is pressed down the opening of the larynx to prevent food from entering. Choking happens when food accidentally goes into the trachea. The trachea. The trachea or windpipe is a tube at the bottom of the larynx. It is lined with mucus that helps prevent dust particles and other things from entering the lungs. The lungs. The trachea divides into two branches, each entering a lung. These tubes are called bronchial tubes, and they branch into even smaller tubes called bronchioles. At the end of each bronchiole is a bunch of tiny air sacs called alveoli. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs in the alveoli. The absorbed oxygen is transported throughout the body through the bloodstream, while the released carbon dioxide is exhaled. The lungs are enclosed in a coating called pleura, which allows the lungs to slide freely as they expand and contract when you breathe. Below the lungs is a dome-shaped muscle called the diaphragm. Breathing refers to the processes of alternate inhaling and exhaling movements. During inhalation, the chest cavity becomes bigger as the ribs and diaphragm contract. Air rushes into the lungs. During exhalation, the ribs and diaphragm relax and the chest cavity becomes smaller. The air rushes to the lungs. For activity number 1, use the word from the word bank to label the parts of the respiratory system. Then, label each diagram as inhale or exhale. Some words will be used more than once. For activity 2, choose the letter of the best answer. Activity 3. Label the lacking parts of the respiratory system below. Choose your answer inside the box. Our second topic is about the nervous system. Look at the video. What did the man do after touching a hot object? Okay, very good. The man reflexively pulled back his hand. Based on the man's response of his body, we can conclude that the human body enables to respond quickly of the change of the environment. Which organ system do you think is responsible for this characteristic? Okay, very good. It's the nervous system. Your body is continuously working and doing activities as you go about your day. Everything you do includes thinking, moving, and coordinating your body parts. Have you ever wondered how you manage to do these things? Which part of your body is responsible for controlling all the activities you do and the processes that happen in your body? The nervous system is made up of all the nerve cells in your body. It is through the nervous system that we communicate with the outside world. And at the same time, many mechanisms inside our body are controlled. The nervous system takes in information through our senses, processes the information, and triggers reactions, such as making your muscles move or causing you to feel pain. For example, if you touch a hot plate, you reflexively pull back your hand, and your sensory nerves endings simultaneously send pain signals to your spinal cord and back to the affected organ of the sense organ. Metabolic processes are also controlled by the nervous system. There are many billions of nerve cells, also called neurons, in the nervous system. The brain alone has about 100 billion neurons in it. Each neuron has a cell body and various extensions. The shorter extensions, called dendrites, act like antennae. They receive signals from, for example, other neurons and pass them on the cell body. The signals are then passed on via a long extension called the axon, which can be up to a meter long. The nervous system has two parts, called the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system due to their location in the body. The central nervous system, or CNS, includes the nerves in the brain and spinal cord. It is safely contained within the skull and vertebral canal of the spine. All of the other nerves in the body are part of the peripheral nervous system or PNS. Regardless of where they are in the body, a distinction can also be made between voluntary and involuntary nervous system. The voluntary nervous system or somatic nervous system controls all the things that we are aware of and can consciously influence, such as moving our arms, legs, and other parts of the body. The involuntary nervous system, also known as vegetative or autonomic nervous system, regulates the processes in the body that we cannot consciously influence. It is constantly active, regulating things such as breathing, heartbeat, and metabolic processes. It does this by receiving signals from the brain and passing them onto the body. It can also send signals in the other direction, from the body to the brain, providing your brain with information about how full your bladder is or how quickly your heart is beating. For example, the involuntary nervous system can react quickly to changes, altering processes in the body to adapt. For instance, if your body gets too hot, your involuntary nervous system increases the blood circulation to your skin and makes you sweat more to cool your body down again. Both the central and peripheral nervous systems have voluntary and involuntary parts. However, whereas these two parts are closely linked in each central nervous system, they are usually separate in other areas of the body. For your activity number 1, write IA if the picture shows involuntary actions and VA for voluntary actions. Activity 2. Analyze the statement whether it is true or not. If it is true, write fact and bluff is not. Activity 3. Choose the word or phrase from the pool of words to complete the paragraph. For your evaluation test 1, using numbers, arrange the statements below in order to show how the nervous system works. For test 2, complete the paragraph below. Choose your answer and the given words inside the box. That's all for today, kids. I hope you enjoyed our lesson.